Alright, what's up guys, welcome back to a new video on East Coast Manga. So today we'll be talking about Spy Family Volume 2. Now, I know in my other video I did say Spy X Family. Sometimes, like, I know it's pronounced Spy Family, and I know it's pronounced Hunter x Hunter, but sometimes I just forget, and that's just how it is. But I am super excited to have picked up this manga and read it, and how I can kind of review it. So if there's any spoilers in this video, which I don't think there's going to be, I will 100% warn you guys before that happens. But for at least the first half of this video, there's be no spoilers. So this manga was really good, and I don't plan on doing this for every single volume that comes out, but because of how hyped Volume 1 was and how much I talked about it, I just felt like I had to at least talk about Volume 2 for a little bit. And this is going to be a super long video. They did have a little bit of a momentum shift, I felt like. Now, the first volume was, I felt like, personally, a mix of some action plus some slice of life. That's kind of how I would describe it. And I really enjoyed it. Now, Volume 2, I also really enjoyed, but I felt like the tone was a little less of a action and more of a slice of life and comedy. That's another one. Comedy is huge in this, and I feel like it's kind of currently plot building, which we see in Beastars a lot. But personally, I loved everything that happened. I just felt like if anyone has anything bad to say about this, it's probably because of the tone it took. It toned down a little bit. Now, it's not to say I think the rest of the series will tone down. That's not. I absolutely don't think that. But the little girl in this manga, whose name is Anya, I mean, she makes this manga. It's so interesting and it's so funny. And then Yor and Twilight, I believe her name's Yor. Yor and Twilight, they come in and just like totally shift the manga around. You would think that certain aspects of this manga are like super chill and just like kind of a straight comedy, and then they'll just be like panels of Yor killing people, and you know, she's assassin, and Twilight doing spy stuff, and with this volume there was not as much as that. I mean, they're, you know, not spoiling anything. There were some fights, you know, like fist fights, but not as much death, I guess you could say, as Volume 1. But personally, I feel like anytime Yor or Twilight's like backstory or you know, a flashback or anything like that comes in, it fits so well. It's done so well, in my opinion. It's like off the bat, it seems like this wholesome manga, and then there's just like someone getting his throat slashed or something. So I do highly recommend you pick up Volume 2, and then we're gonna get into some spoilers. So if you haven't read this yet, or you don't want to be spoiled, I don't recommend you watch past this point in the video. So yeah, now that I warned you, let's get into it. I don't really think there's really too much to spoil in this manga. I mean, I think the waitlist was a little unique. I think I almost expected Yor to actually assassinate someone or kill someone to get onto the accepted list, and I think the way they did the flashback, or not the flashback, but the kind of imagination of her doing that was pretty cool. And this specific volume focusing on Anya, I feel like was actually really good. And you know, I think if they were to take a volume and focus on any of the three characters specifically, I think it would make a really good volume regardless of the character, because they all are so interesting, and her telepath powers come into form so many ways throughout this volume that I found myself laughing a lot, especially when she was, you know, fighting with the boy, and she had to apologize to him and stuff like that, and then the friend who comes in. Personally, I think this volume just sets up really well for the rest of the series. I think introducing Yor's brother, Yuri, I think it is. I think that is a really good way of creating this kind of future enemy or future possible conflict, and then having him as that like crazy interrogator, I think is really cool to have in there too. I think this mangaka is just really creative in the way that they write out the story and the way that they develop these characters, and then also like the dark moments that they put in this manga. So when her brother's interrogating the guy, and it like shades over his face and you can just tell like it's going down, and then, you know, Yor killing people, like I've talked about in this manga. I feel like the dark moments, there's such an awesome contrast between the dark moments and the super wholesome, lighthearted moments. And I feel like you know, we do see that in other manga, but I don't know, it just doesn't feel as good as when you read it in this one. But I mean, in terms of content and spoilers, like I said, I feel like there's not really too much to discuss in this one. I did just want to upload this video to recommend it to people, though. I do think this is something that should continue, should be getting attention. I think it's fantastic. And yeah, so if you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out my other videos, and if you want to, you know, see future ones, click the subscribe button. But that's gonna be it for this, so I will catch you guys later.